Hi guys, Ashley here, Mountain Adventure Reviews. Today we are going to do a review on the Naturehike Cloud Peak 2. Now this tent is absolutely bang on the money. For £150 off Amazon, you can get yourself one of the best tents I've ever used. Bearing in mind I have not actually had it out in extremely high winds, but I know people that have had this tent out in high winds. I'm talking 60 mile an hour plus. It's absolutely fantastic for the money. So what do you get in the bag? It's a pretty decent bag to start off with. You know, it looks like a 15D, maybe even 20D ripstop bag. Same with the tent poles. Same with the mat, and also with the pegs. Now let's start off first with the pegs, because these are pretty important when it comes to pitching your tent. Naturehike provide these triangular pegs with the little Naturehike logo on them, and they're very light, so they're a pretty good peg. Now I'm going to go through some hacks, a lot of modifications. People use modifications to change their Naturehike Cloud Peak tents. So I'll go through some of those in a minute. Poles. These are a 9 or 10 millimeter pole, and aluminium of course, and they seem very robust. They're pre-bent, so there's no worries. They're all the same length, so they all go in the toggles on the fly, which is all attached. It is so easy to pitch this tent. We've got a time lapse as well that we did in the summer in the garden, so you can. I'm going to put that in after. So there are our poles. We've done our pegs. We've got the footprint. Not actually a full footprint because it doesn't do the vestibules. Now I have noticed on Amazon, once again, you can get a footprint which isn't designed for the Cloud Peak 2 but fits the Cloud Peak 2. If you are on any of the Facebook forums, Wild Camping UK, Lake District Wild Camping, there was a post on there a few days ago about the mats that you can buy on Amazon. It's a good mat. I would say it's probably it's thicker than the fly, so I'll probably say it's maybe a 25D ripstop. Then inside here, the bag, you get your tent. Now you're looking at a 20D ripstop, silicone coated, for the floor, which also has a 4000mm hydrostatic head, and also for the fly. Now what I've done is I have used a Nikwax tent and solar proofer, and I've also seam sealed the seams just to be on the safe side. Had this out in mid to end of October, and it poured down for, I'd probably say, a good 3 or 4 hours during the night. Not a drop inside, so it is extremely waterproof, but just make sure that you coat it every so often just to keep it in tip-top condition. So the toggles where the pole's attached to are these, and obviously then you can peg down with that as well. Everything is attached. These seem pretty robust plastic clips, and some nylon tethers there as well. We'll go through the inside of the tent, shortly. And then you've got leaves dropping out. You've got the cap. Now, modifications. Change your bungees. They come with, I think it's maybe a 3 or 4 millimeter bungee on these toggles here to toggle this down. I've changed it to a 6 millimeter bungee, just a little bit more robust. And I've also tied my guy lines to the poles as well. So instead of having the single guy line coming off the toggle, I've got two, one coming off the toggle, one coming off the actual pole itself, all wrapped round. That's the best thing to do for them, apparently. So this is the version 2. So it's not got your T-bar interior door. This has got the half moon interior door. And it's got 2 doors either side, so you've got 2 vestibules. So you could actually use this as a 2-man tent at a push. I prefer to use it as a 1-man tent, and I can get all my gear in. So some people like to say it's a 2-man tent. It's also definitely not a 4-season tent. I would say it's a 3-season tent at best, just because of the amount of mesh inside for ventilation and no snow skirts. So there is quite a gap between your fly and the ground. That could build up snow inside if there was a blizzard. It's a freestanding tent, so you don't actually need to peg it down. Obviously, if there is any wind, I'd highly recommend pegging it down. So yeah, weighs 2.5 kilos, 5.5 pounds. I don't know where my camera's gone. There we go. 5.5 pounds, 2.5 kilograms, which isn't the lightest of 2-man tents, but for the quality, it's really good. So let's talk about price. £150 or less off Amazon. That can't be sniffed at. That's a great price for a two-man wild camping tent. Now, not just wild camping, you could use this for a festival. You could use this in your garden for your kids. You know, it's a great tent. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to show you the time lapses of the tent going up. We're going to do a short video in the middle of it, and then we're going to do a time lapse of it coming down. And I hope you enjoy the video. That's the video of it going up, the short video going down, and I hope you've enjoyed this little review of the Naturehike Cloud Peak 2. If you have, give us a like, give us a follow. It's much appreciated to help our page grow. Take care. See you on the next video.